Everyone, Joseph here,
And Carlos.
and this is The Passenger Seat.
All right. Well, as you saw by our intro, hopefully,
Yeah.
you guys recognize that we're going to talk about Bojack
Bojack.
Horseman.
Yep.
Yes. The series. Oh, God. What a good series.
One of our favorites for sure. I know a lot of people criticize this show, especially the first season, because it's so hard to get through. It's so hard to digest.
That's usually, I think the first season had the most, mixed reviews from critics.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was just
a great show.
It was what,
across the board
100% each season?
on Rotten Tomatoes.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it deserves it for sure. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the show and most memorable parts for us, our favorite characters, and why we love the show so much.
Yeah.
We had this prop here of the Bojack Monopoly GameStop edition, but we're gonna go ahead and bring that down because it's blocking the view a little bit. You know,
It's blocking you.
blocking me a little bit. Yeah. All right, so Bojack Horseman. It's a show that premiered on.
Go ahead.
What?
He said it's a show.
No.
I said nah.
Okay. So yeah, Bojack Horseman is a show that premiered on Netflix in August of 2014. Its creators Raphael Waxberg. And yeah, so it's basically the story of a 90s sitcom actor who's washed up.
He's a washed-up 90s sitcom actor. This show revolves around anthropomorphic animals. As if you guys have seen the show, you know that. But at the same time, if you haven't, it is.
Look, I have a right to be here.
Yeah, so there's anthropomorphic animals, and again, the show revolves around Bojack. He's washed up, and he's trying to revitalize his career. His career with an autobiography, which is written by a ghostwriter, Diane Nguyen.
Yeah.
And it centers around his interactions with the people in his life.
Yeah, it's me, straight off your TV screens and into your shitty lives.
Yeah.
Including Todd Chavez, Princess Carolyn,
Which is his ex-girlfriend and manager.
and Agent. Yeah. You have, what other characters can we mention? Oh, of course, my favorite character, the one closest to my heart.
His slash best friend slash frenemy type character.
Yeah,
Which
Mr.
usually
Peanut Butter.
Mr. Peanut Butter does not even get it. Just whoop.
Yeah.
He's just cool about it. But yeah, also that's the big plot of this show. But this show dives into so many social issues. Not just what's happening at the time when the show came out. It's something that just revolves around a lot of people's lives. There's depression,
Nothing on the outside, nothing on the inside.
drug use.
Say when.
Many things.
What's nihilism?
Yeah.
Existential nihilism.
That too.
It's a very good.
Oh, it is an adult show.
Yeah, it's
We're
adult.
just gonna throw that out there.
an adult animation.
So don't show your kids.
Right. Yeah, it does center around a lot of very mature topics that a lot of people faced. And I think it hits home with a lot of people like in their mid-20s going up.
Yes.
Just because you've faced a lot of these problems, or not problems, but like just emotional crossroads.
Yeah, and the center character, the protagonist, is, lack of better words, he's just a douche to everyone.
I think we should see other people.
Were we not seeing other people?
It's just throughout the whole series, he's not a nice guy. Bojack is very much self-centered, egotistic, type of guy that only cares about himself and not the people around him. So he's constantly hurting people.
I parked in a handicap spot. I hope that's okay.
You parked in
I'm sorry, disabled spot.
But it doesn't take away from the show. The character himself is really great, and the way the show forms is also really amazing. And because you watch it at the beginning, you're thinking, oh, like another adult cartoon show like Bob's Burgers and things like that. But no, it just cuts so deep.
Yeah, it does. The show has 6 seasons, and we do have a really good cast, I believe.
Yes.
We've got Will Arnett.
Arnett is Bojack Horseman.
Amy Sedaris. You've got Allison Brie, Paul F. Tompkins, Aaron Paul.
Yes. Actually, I believe this show wasn't it. Didn't Aaron Paul like help produce it?
I think so.
Yeah, because he was coming off of Breaking Bad, and for some reason he started the show. But I think he was one of the producers.
Yeah. Funny enough, Aaron Paul is the voice of Todd Chavez, so it's pretty cool to see him in that role. You know.
I guess if you want to start from there, we can. So, Todd Chavez, I'm starting from him and then moving forward.
Okay.
His character is, funny enough, is just some random hipster kid who went to a party at Bojack's house and then ended up sleeping on his couch, and then after that just
he stayed. He stayed forever.
Because he like ran away from his parents' house, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He's, I wouldn't say dumb, but he's
not dumb. He's aloof.
Yes. He
He's
doesn't
very
notice
aloof.
the things around him. He's a very funny character, and the character development of Todd is really good.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually turns, obviously talk about all the social topics. He's one of the cartoon characters who turns out to be asexual, and they touch upon the topics of being asexual and the difficulties of it.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, moving on from Todd, you want to go to Princess Carolyn next?
Princess Carolyn.
Good character. Yeah, all the characters are good.
Well, but
Princess Carolyn is, like we said before, Bojack's ex and also his agent. And she, her development is pretty interesting as well because she wants to have a family. She wants to start a family.
Yes.
She wants to settle down, and that's very hard for her because as she's getting older, it's more difficult for her to have a baby.
Mm-hmm. And her love life is all over the place. And she moves on. It's one of those very independent, powerful female characters that sometimes she loses herself at work and doesn't focus on the things around her.
So she's struggling between, coming up in her career versus, trying to settle down and stabilize and have a family, which is, it's a constant struggle for a lot of people. You try so hard to strive in your work environment. Yeah. But then you have to balance it out. How much do you want to give to work, and then how much do you want to give for your family? And that's really hard, especially when you're single, you're alone. And
I do love her character's voice. The voice actor just does such a good job because when you hear her voice, you feel like that's what an agent should sound like.
If you can't be happy tonight, maybe you'll never be happy again.
I'm sorry, is that supposed to be encouraging? Because it's super bleak.
And I love you remember like whenever people get put on hold.
Oh yes. Angelical too.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you want to go to who do you think, Diane or Peanut Butter?
Diane. Yeah.
Okay. So Diane starts out in the series as the ghostwriter for Bojack's autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
But as the series progresses, she becomes his best friend. Yeah. Like, I guess in better terms. I mean, her or Todd, but she really, they really become close friends. At the beginning, Bojack is in love with her, but it doesn't work out. She's marries Mr. Peanut Butter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And their relationship is great. I like the relationship of Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane.
Yeah, they do have a lot of things to sort out during the series, but it does play out really well. But we'll get to that later. The relationship between Diane and Bojack is really profound.
Yeah, it is.
In a way that Bojack feels like Diane understands him more than anybody else.
Yes, that's true. And I feel like she does. Yeah. And also it's because Diane's character suffers from depression and later on deals with it in many ways throughout the series. Yeah. Because I guess they're both depressed. Yeah. Not to take you away from the series. The series is great.
Right. Yeah, so my favorite character, Mr. Peanut Butter. Oh man, my spirit animal. Mr. Peanut Butter is great. I feel like you don't really get to see Mr. Peanut Butter until season 2. And why?
No, because in season 1 he's so.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because you do see a lot of Mr. Peanut Butter, but you don't see a lot of his character.
No, he's in the first season he's just this guy who is portrayed as always happy and not knowing what's going on.
Right.
I'm a V-neck man. A V you can put your sunglasses in. Can you do that with a crew neck? Because I'd like to see you try.
I love his Erica bits. Erica, I haven't seen you in forever. No, I will not sleep with you. This girl wants me to sleep with her. Dude. Funniest character for me in the show.
He's also, as we said before, the whole frenemies with Bojack. It's because also Mr. Peanut Butter was a '90s sitcom star.
Yeah, he was.
It was the same concept as Bojack's show.
But yeah, what's interesting to me is when you get into season 2 and that there's that moment on the game show where you see the real Mr. Peanut Butter.
All I ever wanted was to be your friend, and you treat me like a big joke.
Oh yes.
That little glimpse, and it is so great because then you understand that this character has a lot of depth to him, and there's complexity there. It's not just this one-dimensional character. You know, he has a lot of facets to him, which makes him a very interesting character to see, and you want to explore more of that character and see, you know, what is the story behind Mr. Peanut Butter.
He is very funny though. I would give him that. Yeah. And now our, you know, protagonist, the name of the show, Bojack Horseman. As we said before, arrogant, egotistic. He goes through so many emotions throughout this show, and a lot of it stems from his family. Yeah. So when you get to the episodes of his family...
Yeah, right. Was that like season 4?
Yeah, I think they're really dark.
Extremely dark.
Yeah.
But wow, it just makes the show that much more interesting to see how complex of a character Bojack is, and his upbringing being the reason of who he is. And you see a little bit of that on season 1 where he talks to Sarah Lynn. And, yes. Sarah Lynn is one of the, she is pivotal at some point of the show.
Yes.
But Sarah Lynn is one of the girls who played one of the characters on the sitcom, played one of his kids. And
she turned out to be a pop star, was a drug addict.
Yeah. But, there's a moment on season 1 where he talks to Sarah Lynn. They're like breaking from a moment while they're recording the sitcom. And he pretty much tells her, like, your family doesn't care about you, your friends don't care about you, the audience. Yeah. Those are the people that you have to...
And she sort of stuck with that for the rest of her life.
Yeah, it was traumatizing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that just goes to show just how much his upbringing, how much that affected him.
Yes, he had a very strict mother who... basically told him all his life that she didn't care.
Yeah, and then he had his father who was basically a manual worker or something of that degree. Yeah, because his mother was the one with the money.
Yeah.
His mother had the fortune, and she's the one who pretty much owned everything. And his father, being that, during those times that they're portrayed, being that sort of in that gender role, it's very I guess it affected him, which he then reflected upon Bojack, and that's basically how that manifests in his life.
The show itself is extremely well done, well written, and portrayed by the voice actors. But also, not strained from all the seriousness of the show. The show is extremely funny.
Oh my God, he's got a gun!
Relax, it's a lighter. How much lighter fluid can I take on the plane?
Yeah. And there are so many good puns and so many, because they're anthropomorphic animals, some of their jobs reflect of what animal they are, and it's super funny.
Yeah, like the police guards being Dobermans.
Yes. I think the owner of the publishing company of the book he's writing was a penguin from what penguin? What was it called?
Penguin. Shoot, I can't remember.
Well, yeah.
Penguin Publishing.
If you guys recognize that logo, you know what we're talking about by saying he's a penguin.
Yeah. You have season 1, Neil McBeal, the Navy SEAL. And he's actually a SEAL. It's funny stuff.
You
like
ate my muffin.
You ate my muffin.
Wait, you stole muffins from a Navy SEAL?
I didn't know he was a Navy SEAL. I just thought he was a regular kind of SEAL.
Did you just call the troops a jerk? Yeah.
There's a lot of comedy in this show. A lot of comedy. A lot of I believe there's just a lot of comedy that also flies over people's heads, because it's like that comedy that you have to be like,
you have
to actually think about it.
But yeah, essentially that is the gist of Bojack. We know we can't encapsulate everything within a short period of time. If we could, we'd keep rambling on and on about this show.
I mean, we can go, if you guys want, we can go into future episodes of
and dive deep in each season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But make sure to, if you're interested in what we just talked about, make sure to go check it out. It's on Netflix.
Yes, it is. It's a Netflix original, actually. One of the first.
Yeah. So let's hope that stays on Netflix for a good amount of time. If you like those type of adult themes, if you like very dark humor, and if you just like stuff that's very smart and funny, or if you just want to deal with your existential crisis, just go and watch BoJack.
Yes, exactly. It makes you reflect.
Yeah. Well, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, show us some love. And as always, we hope you enjoyed the ride, and we hope you'll join us next time here in
The Passenger Seat.
Record the part of the bed, even though that's really I wish I would have brought the fucking horse mask.
Oh, dude, that would have been great. Just like,
damn, dude.
But this show dives into so many. This show dives into many social issues that was. This show dives into
Cabrón.
This.